In this video, I'm going to be going over every single tech weapon in Ark Survival Evolved and Ark Ascended. The first two are on Ark Ascended and the rest are for Ark Survival Evolved because they're not out yet, but we're also going to have the spawn commands at the bottom of the screen as well if you want to spawn any of these in. And first on the list is the tech rifle. This was the first tech weapon released in the game, and it's probably still one of the best and great all-around tech weapons because you can use it on land, underwater. It does a lot of damage, and it basically just overheats over time when you use it. But overall, it's a really good and one of my favorite of the tech weapons. It's just so versatile, and you can use it in a lot of different situations. Next we have the tech grenade. This is probably the most powerful of the grenades on here because there's only two, I guess. But this one is actually pretty decent. I never really use it because I'm a PvE player, but even in PvE it could have some sort of use. It basically is a stickier grenade, so it will stick to its enemies or targets, and then it explodes and does a crap ton of damage. It does a lot of damage to structures, but also a lot of damage to animals as well, so you can use it for killing stuff like sticking grenades to them, which is pretty nice. Next I have the tech sword, which can also be bundled with the tech shield to give it some more abilities, but this one was a different one because it was originally released exclusively on Ragnarok, but they did, I believe it's added on other maps now. But the tech sword, it's basically kind of like a lightsaber, but also a sword at the same time. You can use the shield to basically do a boost forward and then do a crazy powerful attack, which is pretty nice, and overall it just does a ton of damage. It's a pretty decent melee weapon. Next we have the tech railgun, which is an exclusive to Aberration after you kill Rockwell, and it's basically like a tech sniper. You get one shot and it does a bunch of damage, and then it has a massive cooldown that takes absolutely forever. I personally don't like it that much because it doesn't really do that much damage for how long the cooldown is. I feel like it should do a lot more damage to actually make it worth it, in my opinion. After that we have the gravity grenade, which is an exclusive for Extinction. This is definitely the most unique of the weapons on here. Basically you throw it and it creates a black hole that sucks everything in for a few seconds. Doesn't really do too much damage, and I don't really know any use cases for this, but it's pretty fun to mess around with, just seeing the dinos float up in the air and come towards it. Now we're on to the Genesis Part 1 weapons, which there's quite a few of them. First is the tech grenade launcher. This one you can put all the different types of grenades in here, and then you can basically mix them up and shoot them out, or you can put a single type of grenade in there, which is also useful. The most powerful of this would be using all tech grenades, because you can kill stuff pretty much extremely fast with it, just spamming them and sticking the grenades to them and then killing them really quickly. But this thing can be pretty powerful. After the tech grenade launcher we have the tech cruise missile. This one is on Genesis Part 1 as well, and it is a one-use item, so once you use it, it will destroy itself. It is basically just a guided rocket. You can shoot it and then move it around anywhere, and you have complete control of it, and then you can explode it whenever you want, and you can go pretty far away with it, and then deal a bunch of damage on the target you manage to hit. This next one is a pretty different one. This is the shoulder cannon. Basically floats above your head, and you put it in your offhand slot, and it'll just be an automatic turret. You can customize it to how fast it shoots and what creatures or players it will shoot, and then it will just automatically start shooting the things you set it to. So it could be pretty useful if you just want something to automatically kill the stuff around you, or just automatically defend you without you having to do anything. And then lastly, for Genesis Part 1 we have the tech claws. These ones are pretty cool. They're definitely new melee weapons, and they're just these two sets of claws that you can go up to and stab stuff with, and the more you use them, the faster they get, until it gets extremely fast and starts stunning the enemy in front of you. As well as they have a block as well, so you can block incoming damage. Now we're on to the Genesis Part 2 weapons. First is the tech pistol. This one is really good. Both of the Genesis Part 2 weapons are really good. But the tech pistol has 3 different modes. First of all, it's its killing laser beam mode. Basically you just constantly shoot something with one laser, and the damage will ramp up over time, and then just get a bonus which does a ton of damage. And then it has the stun mode, where you could get the blue beam that will just stun things over time. Once it gets the bar full, it will stun them. They can't move or do anything. And then there's the heal mode, which you can use to heal your allies, or you can use it to heal enemies. Whatever you want to heal, you can do it. As well as you can see health bars, which is kind of cool. Next we have the tech bow, which is also a really good weapon. It is only on Genesis Part 2. This one has a lot of different things you can do with it. So first off, it just has its regular arrows, which do a ton of damage. You can also put it to instant hit mode, which is basically turning it to hit scan or shooting like a gun instead of a bow. So you can switch between those two modes. And then you can switch to the explosive ammo, which shoots just explosives at people, which is really fun to mess around with. And then there's the trank bow, so you can basically knock stuff out with this thing, and it's really good at knocking stuff out, as well as you can knock stuff out underwater, because you can use this thing underwater. And then there's the flame arrows, which you can set stuff on fire with. But that is all the tech weapons. It definitely makes me think that they could come out with definitely some more. Maybe they could add some more in the future. Maybe like a tech shotgun or something could be really dope. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye.